Om Purāṇānaṁ Ālayam Karuṇālayam Namāmi Bhagavatpādam Shankaram Logashankaram Shankaram Shankarācāryam Keshavam Bhattarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Beda Vibhagini Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Gukaro Anthakaro Vai Rukarastanivartakaha Anthakara Nirodhitvad Gururitya Vidhiyate. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunattu Sahavidyam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunayama Deva Bhadram Pashyema Kshaviryachatraha Sthirairangai Sushtuvam Sastanupihi. Once more. Sthirairangai Sushtuvam Sastanupihi Veshema Deva Hitam Yatayu Swastina Indro Vriddashravaha Swastinah Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastinastakshu Arishthanemihi Swastino Brahaspatir Dathatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. So it's very important to chant praise before starting the Upanishads, studying or teaching, and we got this message from our tradition. And I already mentioned you, this is Atharva Vediya Upanishad. What is Atharva Vediya Upanishad? Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is we got from Atharva Veda. So Atharva Veda has Shanti Mandra Bhadram Karnebi Shranayama Deva. And I want to mention you for the beginners. Those prayers which are chanted before any teaching in Upanishads or Vedas or any Puranas like Bhagavad Gita, there is a set of universal prayers which we already chanted right now at the beginning. It's very important to chant them. And it's a collective prayer. It will help to eradicate the issues which are personal. And also it will help an individual to get all conducive situations for the growth of spirituality in one's life. And also peace of mind is being accomplished by those prayers. So today or tomorrow in the group, you will get the whole prayers which we are chanting at the beginning, which we are chanting at the end of the session. For the beginners, they can download that, they can copy that. They make a copy and chant along with me in the mind when the class begins and also after the class ends. It will be very helpful for the attaining of peace of mind, serene, for the purity of the mind, and also to remove all possible obstacles in the path of spiritual. I just mentioned because I want to tell you for the beginners. Fine. We are in the fourth mantra of the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Remember that this is one of the shortest Upanishads among the Upanishads which are available. These Upanishads have only 11 or 12 mantras. But Gaudapada kārikā, based on these mantras, a treatise is written by Gaudapada Acharya. That is very important, and it has almost less than 400 verses, which we are going to see and study. It will take years and years. No need to worry. The subject matter is one and the same what we are studying through these mantras of Upanishads. I will go through the third mantra, which we already saw about the waking state. Then I will come to the Swapnasthana, just for the brushing up, Jagarithasthanaha, Bahishprajnaha, Saptankaha, Ekona Vimshati Mukaha, Stulabhuk Vaishyanaraha, Pratamah Pataha. This is about the waking state, which we saw elaborately. One who has the limit in waking state is called Vaishwanaraha or Vishwa. Remember, the witness who is witnessing all three states got the name Vaishwanaraha when it witnessed the all experiences in the waking state. The external objects are modified in the form of thoughts, and the senses come to contact with the external object, and the experiences are formed, and there is a perception of duality, different objects. Then this consciousness, who is the witness of all these experience occurring in this waking state, got the name Vaishwanara. And Bahishprajnaha, it's an adjective. Bahishprajna, one who is extroverted, looking outside. Bahishprajnaha, Saptangaha, 7 limbs, Ekona Vimshati Mukhaha, 19 faces, Stulabhuk, one who enjoy the gross object and the gross universe, and his name is Vaishwanaraha or Vishwaha. Prathama Padaha, first quarter. First quarter means we are going to study 4 quarters as the systematic way to accomplish the human goal. And the first quarter is introduced as Vaishwanaraha, the waking stage. And the second quarter comes now. Remember, waking state doesn't have any priority or preference to get the name first quarter, because Our Purushartha, the human goal, is known in the waking state. And we analyze other two states in waking state, so that waking state got the first quarter, the name called first quarter, Prathama Pada. Now I will come to the second state or second quarter, which is analyzed in the waking state. Right now, what we are doing. Supnasthanaha antah prajnaha saptankaha ekona vimshati mukaha pravivikta bukh taijasaha dvitiya pataha. Once more I will read. Supnasthanaha antah prajnaha saptankaha ekona vimshati mukaha pravivikta bukh taijasaha dvitiya pataha. One thing we should remember, we are not interested to analyze the waking state and the dream state, as it is not our goal also. We are not here to analyze the waking state and the dream state. We are interested in the Purushartha, the human goal, which is called moksha, getting free from all kinds of bondages, miseries, worries, and also getting free from the death and birth cycle, which we are right now in this universe. Freedom from all kinds of limitations, and it's called moksha. This is the prime goal of a human being. Remember, this is the prior goal of a human being. All other goals like achieving some money in the life, getting some wealth by putting effort, is called artha purusha. And after getting the money, enjoying the world according to my wishes and desires, that's called kama. Arthakama is universal for all living beings. I already mentioned you before beginning of this Upanishad. Nothing wrong on that to fulfill the desires. Whether it is legal or illegal, that's all decided by Lord and your dharma, what you have inside your mind. You enjoy the world without disturbing others, without creating problems for others, without hurting somebody in this world. Nothing wrong on that. But in the midst of all enjoyments, one should not forget that I am not here to become an enjoyer. I have to focus my life towards the Purushartha. So, Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is analyzing these states not for the sake of making you understand the waking state and dream state and deep sleep state. No. Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is working to know, make you understand the human goal, what is called Purushartha, the self-knowledge. Who are you? Do you have birth and do you have death? Are you free from all kinds of limitations? Is your happiness is permanent or impermanent? If it is eternal, why I don't get it right now? All these answers are being coming in the process. So here, the point is, we are here to achieve the human goal. We are not going to focus on the waking state experiences or in the dream state experiences. That is the process or the steps to reach the top order or the top priority, what we call human goal. Moksha. Self-knowledge is the means to get moksha. One should be very clear about that. Doing sadhanas, meditation, everything are subsidiary means. They may support you in the pursuit of knowledge. That doesn't mean that doing meditation lifelong will make me to gain moksha. No. Meditation is a subsidiary means or a prerequisite. That's all. We are going to see elaborately everything. Don't get confused that waking state analysis and dream state analysis are done by Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad to give up them. Like a ladder will help you to reach on the top. After that, the purpose is finished. The ladder or the steps has accomplished their motive or accomplished their mission. After that, there is no need of ladder. It's just like a ladder or the steps to climb. Now, Swapnasthana. What is Swapnasthana in English? One who spread in the dream state. Swapnasthana. One who is residing, one who is witnessing the all experiences in the dream, one who has the limit of dream state. Remember, the same consciousness which was there in the waking state, and it got a name called Vaishwanaraha. The same person here in the dream state got the name Taijasa. So, his name is Taijasa. Essence of light or essence of consciousness. Taijasa. One who obtains in the limit of dream state got the name Taijasa. Tejas, light. Taijasa, the essence of light or the essence of consciousness. Antaf prajnaha, whose field is internal, subtle. The consciousness which is occurring inside the body, which is subtle. From the standpoint of sense organs and gross objects, it is more subtle. It is available inside the body. There is no sense organs working in the dream state. There is no gross object externally presented in the dream state. There is only consciousness, which is subtle. So from the standpoint, it is inside, antaha, inside. That's called antaf prajnaha. Word by word meaning. So, swapnasthanaha, antaf prajnaha, and taijasaha, we looked into. The essence of light, the essence of consciousness, which is obtaining inside in the subtle form. From the standpoint of gross objects and from the standpoint of sense organs, it is much inside. That's called antaf prajnaha. Prajnaha means consciousness. Saptangaha, as we told in the Jagrita Sthana, Saptangaha, the limbs are same, which we already introduced, the 7 limbs which are connected to Adidevam. superphysical form, 7 limbs, and ekona vimshati mukha, 19 faces. We already mentioned in the Jagrata Avastha, 5 sense organs, 5 organs of actions, 5 vital forces, and mind, intellect, ego, and memory. Manaha, buddhi, ahankaram, chitta. All these together become 19 faces. Why again it got the 19 faces? We are going to explain what is dream. Ekona vimshati mukaha, pravivikta book, very personal, very individual. My dream is not your dream. But in waking state, what I see through my eyes, a dog, it's the same dog which you also see. If there is no any defect in our means of perception. Suppose if there is any different defect in the means, I have a poor eyesight, then I will not see the same dog what you are perceiving. But universally, if there is no defects for both of us, we will perceive the same dog. But in dream, it's very personal. It's very different. The same dog will appear, but in your dream, it will have wings. But in my dream, it will have horn. So it's very personal what to see in dream. There is no rule. There is no control. There is no pre-assumption. There is no pre-plan for a dream. First of all, I want to clarify, is there any connection for the dream and my real life? Generally, the answer is no, because dream is a state and it's made of kama, karma, vasana, mayam dream. Kama, the desires which are fulfilled, the desires which are yet to fulfill. So those things which we experienced in the waking state, those ideas which we got in the waking state, everything will become in the form of thoughts in my life. I saw a beautiful bicycle and I passed that bicycle. Now the bicycle is in the form of a thought and kept inside the memory. The bicycle remains in the form of a thought. I saw a movie. In that movie, I saw a movie. I saw a movie, and in that movie, a snake was there. In that movie, what I saw the snake is not directly perceived in my life. So you can stop to send the messages, because Eva can stop the message. So somebody is sending some message personally. If they are not well, it's okay. They don't need not attend the class. Fine. Mention through the group message to not to send the message while taking the classes. It will be nice to send. So come to the point. I saw a movie. In that movie, I saw a big snake, but in real life, I never met a snake like this. But that snake which I saw in the movie became a form of thought and I kept inside my memory. So whatever I see in the dream, there is no rule that I have to witness directly by my eyes. The experiences, the ideas, everything all put together in the dream. All the ideas which we got in the waking state and all the ideas which are in the in the in the in the familiarity with the fields, maybe movie with the friends, with the stories which we got from our people, everything will be mixed up inside the dream. And the thoughts which are according to these experiences which we collected from the waking state. So dream is something which is made from the material which we collected through our senses and the contact of the objects and the senses. So how the dream is made, the answer is very clear. That the experiences, the ideas, and all other things I met in my waking state become form of thoughts, and these thoughts are there inside my memory. Then it will appear. So there will be a question. How can I see a white elephant which I never witnessed in my life? It appears in my dream state. We have witnessed an elephant which is normal, and we have witnessed or we have listened about the white elephant. Then we will create a white elephant in my dream state. Some people will have the imagination of Lord coming in the dream. Some people will have the imagination of some places which are never visited by them. All these things will come together in the form of thoughts in the waking state. So here Shankara writes in his commentary, Jagrata Prajna Aneka Sadhana Bahir Vishaya Iva Avabhasamanaha Manaspanda Matraha Sadi Tatha Samskaram Manasi Adatte. In the mind, according to the experiences in the waking state, those experiences will leave a carbon copy or an impression in the same form inside the mind, and it will be in the form of thought. That culture will be developed in the dream state. Tat manaha tata samskritam chitritaha iva pataha bahya sadhana anapeksham avidya kama karmabhihi preryamanam jagratvad avabhasate. Then that mind, remember that the mind which is awake in the dream state, our subtle body, physical body is not at all working for the dream state. The senses are merged inside the mind. There is no external object getting contact with the objects. Nothing is there. So, the subtle body, which is mainly the mind, put out all the impressions which we got collected from the waking state. That culture will appear like in the movie screen, which is white, and when the projector starts to project all the movie, then we will see different things in the movie screen. Similarly, inside the mind, we will witness all the things. Jagratvat avabhasate. As though in the waking state, everything get illumined and we will experience. So, the object is nothing but the consciousness. The witness is nothing but the consciousness. That action of witnessing is also done by the consciousness. Jnata, jnana, jnaya, bhava. That is jnata, the perceiver, is the witness, our consciousness in the dream state. The object of perception, for example, the white elephant, it's also the consciousness who is appearing in the dream state. The perception, the action, that is also by the consciousness. My consciousness become the witness. My consciousness become the object of witness. My consciousness do the action of witness. All these three ways will be done by one and the same consciousness. In Sanskrit, it is called Triputi. They divided into three, and one is a big universe inside the mind. The consciousness itself became the universe. The consciousness became the witness of the universe. And the witnessing, the action of witness is also done by the consciousness. That is why it's called Antaf Prajnaha. There is no objects coming from the external world. There is no senses working to get into contact with the objects. Just the mind is just keeping out all the impressions. As an outlet, everything will come out. What are the impressions we have collected from the external world? That is why in the side of medicine. When a criminal never confess the crime, there is a way of understanding whether the criminal is telling the truth or lying. We all witnessed that. In a semi-consciousness, by applying some medicines, the person's physical body is completely unaware, but the mind is awake. And the doctor will ask the question, witnessed by the police officers or the people who are inquiring the crime. The mind will say the appropriate thing, what they have done in that scenario. From that, they will collect that whether the person has done the criminal crime or not. Because now, deliberately, we can make the mind awake and we can make the senses withdraw or make the senses sleep from the external world. We have medicines and we know that, Anyway, I just want to say, dream state is nothing to do with our real life. This is the first point one has to notice. Because people used to ask me, I saw this in my life. I saw that in my life. I have experienced this thing in my life. Really speaking, it's only an outlet. If you have some pressure to enjoy with somebody or have pressure to buy a new car, you see a dream that buying a new car or enjoying with somebody, that pressure has gone. It's only an outlet by the God, presented by the God. How it is created? From the impressions which are from the contact, which are being collected by the contact of the objects and the senses. Every experience will leave a carbon copy, which we call impression, and it will become our culture. That's why mostly the sages used to say, not everything need not to be experienced in this external world. The more you experience the things in the external world, the more impressions are being brought into in our life, in our mind. It's a big culture, We are here to remove all kinds of culture which we have collected from this universe. We are not here to become a person who go behind all experiences. In other words, Swami Dayananda Saraswati used to say, experience hunter. We are not here to become an experience hunter. We are here to reduce into the minimum our experiences and our enjoyments. Any Upanishad never put an end for your experiences or your enjoyments. Upanishads want only that it should not left a trace in the mind. That's all. If there is a trace, if there is an impression regarding the experience which we already gone through, then it will make a potential. It will become a potential to get a birth again, to enjoy all these things. These impressions are called vasanaha in Sanskrit. A deep desire to enjoy what I have already enjoyed. Repetition of the same experience. It will put me in trouble. It will go to births and births. That's why we need not to go through all experiences. One idli vada is enough. You need not to enjoy all the dishes in the world. For the sake of survival, should have a good food, good and tasty food. That's all. You need not to go experience all the food, going to different countries. And I am talking about with a spiritual seeker. I'm not talking to an experienced hunter. For them, this is not a rule at all. They will say to me, after getting a human birth and you are putting barricade not to enjoy the world and everything. God has given all the things it for my enjoyment only. Why you want me to stop all these experiences? We have different rules. For a person who is a seeker, spiritual seeker, they should be aware of all the experiences which are coming towards them. They only want, they should filter what are the things to be taken, what are the should to be avoided. Everything should not be identified with myself. Something very important, one should be aware of that. So in the dream state, the witnessed object and the action of witness are one and the same consciousness. It is done by our individual self-consciousness. That's why it got the name Antaf Prajnaha. From the standpoint of organs and the objects externally, it will get the name one who is inside, one who is experiencing the subtle things inside the body, in the inner world. This is called Antaf Prajnaha. Pravivikta book, very personal for everybody. Dream is not something which is universal or in general everybody will have the same dream. No rule at all. It is very much different from one to one. And Shankara gives few statements from the Upanishads to justify what is being told in this Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. So that is also being quoted in his commentary. Atra Eshaha Deva Supne Mahimanam Anubhavati, from Prashnopanishad, I think. This Deva, this consciousness, Supne, in the dream state, enjoys everything, all the glory. Glory means the impressions which he has collected in the waking state. Even a puppy will see the dream. Even a child who is 9 months old will see the dream. Why? The child has gone through all the experience in the previous birth. All these impressions are carried to this new body. So dream is inevitable for all living beings in the world. But we are not here to see the dream, or we are not here to study about the dream. We are just making an account of dream. When we are moving towards the human goal, there is a step to be climbed on. So we are climbing the waking state, and after that we are going to climb the dream state. So this is the dream state, and Vasana matraha prajna bhojya iti pravivikta bhogaha iti. Vasana matra. Vasana means what are the desires for an individual is different from others. Vasana matra, prajna bhojya. So that is only being enjoyed through the dream. Somebody will see an actress in their dream. Somebody will see an elephant in their dream. Somebody will see a good idli or chapati in their dream. Somebody will see the stars in their dream. It's all very individual according to the vasana matra of prajna. According to one's own desires, one's own illusions, one's own actions, all these things will blend into the culture or the impressions or the traces or the copies which are made from the waking state. This is called dream state. And all other things are in general compared to waking state, like the Sapta Angaha, from the effulgent world towards the Avahani Agni, and also the 19 limbs, all are one and the same when we compare, which are already mentioned in the waking state. This is called dream state. So, in the Brihadaranyaka Shruti also it is told, Asya lokasya sarvavataha matram apadaya iti. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also, the commentator quotes these two lines from other Upanishads. From the daily experiences in the waking state, from that a little part is being collected and it is being thrown in the dream state into the dream. The idea is that the impressions, the carbon copies of experiences of waking state are being highlighted, are being thrown in the essence of consciousness in the form of thoughts, and it is being enjoyed by the consciousness. There, the object-subject division is not at all the true which we see as though in the waking state. The subject is the consciousness, the object is the consciousness, and the action between them is also nothing but the consciousness. The division is division is a delusion. From the standpoint of waking state, at least in the waking state, we feel that something is separate from me. Even in the waking state, it's an illusion which we are going to see. So, subject-object division is not at all there, but we will see, apart from me, everything. The viewer of the dream, the vision, and the objects which are being witnessed by the viewer are one and the same. All are nothing but in the form of thoughts, and it is the consciousness which is inside the body. That is only we need. The witness of the dream and the witness of the waking state are one and the same. When it appears in the waking state, it will get the name Vishwaha. The same person, when it appears in the dream state, it will get the name Taijasaha. Now, go to the third state. And this is called the second quarter. First quarter is waking state. The second quarter is dream state. Now, one of the most important state, the third state, Tritiya Pada, which we already know that. I will read and I will give you the meaning. Yatra suttaha na kanchana kamam kamayate na kanchana supnam pashyati tat sushuptam susuptastanaha ekibhutaha prajnanaganaha eva anandamayaha hi anandabhuk cheto mukaha prajnaha tritiya pataha. Once more I will read. Yatra suptaha na kanchana kamam kamayate na kanchana supnam pashyati tat sushuptam sushuptasthanaha yeki bhutaha prajnanaghanaha eva anandamayaha hi anandabhuk chetonmukaha prajnaha tritiya pataha. Very beautiful way. Here, the Upanishad, the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, introduces about the importance of deep sleep state. Adjective clause, actually, this is Yatra suptaha na kanchana kamam kamayade na kanchana supnam pashyadi. An adjective clause. For example, where you will get the ticket is called a ticket counter. Where you can keep your luggage and go to refreshment, that room is called luggage counter. So where you can keep the luggage is an adjective clause. Where you can get the ticket is an adjective clause. Other is the real thing, the ticket counter or the luggage counter, correct? Similarly, this is an adjective clause, Yatra suptaha na kanchana kamam kamayate. Where the person who slept, who is sleeping, never will have a desire or the object of desire is not available. Yatra, in which place, in which state, yatra. Suptaha. Suptaha means the person who is sleeping, the sleeper. Na kanchana kamam kamayade. Yes, kanchana kamam kamayade. Does not desire for any objects. In which state the sleeper does not desire any object. Na kanchana kamam kamayade. Na kanchana swapnam pashyati. Where the same sleeper will not see or does not see any dream. So, excluding those two states through this adjective clause. Where there is no experience of objects and the senses coming into contact, after coming into contact, where there is no differentiation between the subject and the object within oneself. That means dream. Where the person will not see any dream, where the person will not enjoy any external objects, that state is called Tat Sushuptam. That state is called deep sleep. And that sphere is called deep sleep. So, excluding those states, the senses and the objects coming into contact and enjoying the world is called almost waking state. The impressions which are left over from the waking state are kept inside the mind or in the memory, will throw some experiences within the subtle body, inside the body. They will have some ingredients or they may not have some ingredients from outside. But all mix it up together and we see the dream. where it will not happen, where there is no dreams, where there is no any sense and external things contact, like waking experiences. That state is called Tat Sushuptam. Swapnam na pashyadi Tat Sushuptam. That is called Sushuptam. Deep sleep. In the deep sleep, in one Upanishad, it says the lion is not a lion. A man is not a man. A woman is not a woman. Why? In the deep sleep, there is no aware of any external world. Pure deep sleep. How it happens? Every senses, every sense organs get merged into the consciousness. Everything get unified. That is what the next word, Sushuptasthanaha yegi bhutaha. What is meant by yegi bhutaha? Unified. What is unified? All the experiences which collected from the external world, what is external world then? A state where the duality became a truth. All the objects are perceived other than me, then the duality is real. So the duality is retained as though it is real in the waking state. From that duality, I got some experiences. Those experiences and the objects are right now in the form of thoughts. The duality, the external world and me, myself, they are separate. And with my senses and with my organs, I enjoyed the objects in the external world. Then the duality is retained as though it is real. Now these experiences and the objects are eki bhutaha, in the form of thoughts in my mind. All these things, even the waking state, the idea is in the form of thoughts in my mind. Eki bhutaha. And they are together, unified. There is no discrimination. They are just indiscriminated. And there is a non-differentiation also. All the thoughts are together inside the consciousness. These thoughts which I collected from the experiences, from the external world, all these thoughts are unified now, but without losing their characteristics. They are separately there inside the memory card, but it is not available for the perception. When you enter into a dark room, you don't see anything. Lot of things are there inside the dark room, but you don't see anything. You don't perceive anything. And you say nothing is there. Enveloped by the darkness, all the things are under cover. And you say nothing is available for perception. Similarly, enveloped by the ignorance, Everything is under cover of ignorance. All are unified, and there is no discrimination. There is no differentiation. Indiscrimination and non-differentiation are the facts of this deep sleep state. That's why the word Yegi Buddha, all are unified, put together. And I cannot discriminate properly my car, my things, everything. All the things are enveloped by our ignorance. This is called Eki Buddha. We will continue because it's a big topic. We will continue. We will stop here. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayandam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Ubrahmanebhya Shupamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Sharini Deshoyam Shoparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Sato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamatav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om